Hello, and welcome to the Hot Seat series, brought to you by the Turing-Roche Strategic Partnership. Dive into the heart of health and data science with us as we spotlight researchers from our partnership. Before we get started, a little background on the partnership. Our 5-year strategic partnership is between the Alan Turing Institute, the UK's National Institute for Data Science and AI, and Roche, the global healthcare company. Our collaboration officially launched in June 2021. Our partnership North Star, which is our guiding aim for the 5-year collaboration, is to enable the generation of insights to better understand patient and disease heterogeneity and its relevance to clinical outcomes at an unprecedented level of precision in order to improve clinical care. Put simply, we're investigating why patients respond differently to treatment and why diseases manifest in different ways in different people. Our research is focused into 3 different research themes of structure missingness, predictive modeling, and multimodal analysis. To find out more, you can check out our webpage. The Hot Seat series will interview researchers from across our partnership and these research themes, aiming to give you accessible information on our research, whilst letting you get to know the researchers themselves in an entertaining way. Each video will consist of researchers teamed up to compete for points against other teams. Hello and welcome to the second edition of Hot Seat. My name is Vicky Hellon and I'm the Research Community Manager for the Turing-Roche Partnership. Today we're so excited to welcome Ariane and Ioanna, who are both research associates within the partnership's predictive modeling theme, and we will now introduce the rules of the game. Hot Seat videos will feature Turing-Roche researchers teamed up to answer questions on partnership research and data science and AI in health more generally. After each answer, our researchers will be scored by our partnership judges, who will hold up an emoji. The smiling face is worth 1 point for a solid answer, the heart eyes emoji is worth 3 points for a great answer, and the heart emoji is 5 points for a standout insight. Whilst our researchers are scored individually throughout the game, their scores will be combined at the end, and this score will then compete against other teams in next editions of Hot Seat. Now let's hear from Ariane and Ioanna. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourselves? Maybe Ariane, you can introduce yourself first.
Right. So I am a research associate, in the predictive modeling team for the so-called conformal prediction project, which is broadly speaking about uncertainty quantification.
Perfect. And Ioanna?
I am a research associate at the Turing-Roche Partnership in the theme of predictive modeling. So I'm working at the intersection of causal inference and predictive modeling with a focus on fairness and equity in healthcare outcomes.
Perfect. Now let's introduce our 3 judges from the Turing-Roche community. Zeena, you are up first.
Hi, I'm Zeena, PhD student at UCL and Turing-Roche Community Scholar. Looking forward to see the questions and answers for today.
Great. And Kuniko?
Hi, I'm Kuniko Paxton, a PhD student at the University of Hull. And my research topic is fairness evaluation and the bias mitigation system with the statistical distance model. Thank you.
Perfect. And lastly, Sarah.
Hey everyone, Sarah McGough. I'm the head of technical innovation and shared platforms in Genentech Computational Sciences. That's part of Roche. And I'm one of the scientific leads for the Turing-Roche partnership. Thanks for having me.
Perfect. So let's get started with our first round, which is called Less is More. So our first question is, please describe the concept of predictive modeling in healthcare in 5 words or less. And we have got Ariane up for this one. So Ariane, would you like to kick us off?
So it's not really specific about healthcare. I would say learning and data maybe. And then if we're really talking about healthcare, I'm thinking of decision aid tools. and personalization, I would say.
Perfect. Okay, judges, can you hold up your votes for Ariane? Perfect. 3 heart emojis. Okay, great. So I'll remind you of the question. So please describe the concept of predictive modeling in healthcare in 5 words or less. So Ioanna, now your turn.
Yeah, for me, it's like data-driven, which I treat as a single word, predictions for patients' outcomes. Yeah, 5 words.
Perfect. And a nice little sentence. Judges, can you hold up your votes for Ioanna? Perfect. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question in this round, which is, please explain the Turing-Roche approach to predictive modeling in 5 words or less. So we'll flip the order this time. So Ioanna, you're up first.
I'll say explainable predictions for personalized treatment.
I like the sentence. Cool. Judges, can you hold up your scores for Ioanna for that one? Perfect. And Ariane, you'll go for this one.
Yeah, so I would say there are like several aspects. So there is, interpretability, explainability, there is fairness. What I'm more interested in is reliability and uncertainty quantification.
Perfect. Judges, can you hold up your scores? Great. Yeah, I feel like the 5-word ones are always tricky. So we'll see how we go on the second round. So the second round is explain to me like I'm ... So we will have Ariane, you up first, and we'll say, can you explain the importance of predictive modeling in healthcare to your uncle?
Yeah, so in my project, I'm concerned about the reliability aspect of predictive modeling in healthcare. And why is reliability really important in healthcare is because there is a real issue of trust when it comes to using AI tools in the clinic. And that's for good reasons. So one of those reasons is that AI models, they will never be perfect. And so they should really know when they don't know. So that means that we really need to be able to quantify the uncertainty that is associated with their predictions. Right.
Perfect. Judges, can you hold up your votes? Amazing, thanks. So great. Ioanna, now your turn to explain the importance of predictive modeling in healthcare to your uncle.
Okay, to my uncle. So predictive modeling in healthcare is like using past patient data to make educated guesses about what might have, what might happen in the future. And for example, doctors can use these models to predict whether someone is more likely to develop a disease based on their health history. And this helps doctors to make decisions about treatments and potentially catching problems before they become too serious.
I like it. Judges, can you hold up your votes at Ioanna? Perfect. Okay, great. So we're now moving on to the next question in this round, which is, please explain specific challenges of prediction uncertainty in personalized healthcare to a university student. So again, we'll flip the order. So Ioanna, you're up first.
Okay. So particular challenges of prediction uncertainty, personalized healthcare can arise like from limited or biased data, or unseen factors, which lead to less accurate results for certain groups sometimes. And that may be ineffective or even harmful for some people. And there is also a trade-off between fairness and accuracy. In a way, improving accuracy for the majority might might increase disparities for underrepresented groups. So that's one thing we are trying to balance, this trade-off in order to ensure that like personalized medicine reaches its potential.
Perfect. Judges, your scores, please. Thank you. Cool. And now Ariane, so explaining the specific challenges of prediction uncertainty and personalized healthcare to a university student.
Yeah, so apart from like data biases and fairness aspects, which is what Ioanna is interested in, there are like general challenges to quantifying uncertainty, which is what I'm concerned about, which is that in healthcare, we really want to do this very rigorously. We want to have concrete guarantees because the stakes are really high. I mean, it can be literally life or death. And we also want to do this flexibly. That is to say that we want to be able to do this for any machine learning models, such as the modern AI techniques like neural networks and so on. And finally, we want to do this in a personalized manner. So we want to quantify uncertainty, but really specific to, that is as specific as possible to the patient at hand.
Perfect. I feel like that was really helpful context. Judges, can we have your scores? Perfect. Thank you so much. Just before the final round, we're going to have a quick check on the scores. So although you're competing together as a team, your individual scores are currently Ariane with 38 points and Ioanna with 42 points. So very close, and all could change in the final round. So our final round is Research Roundtable. This is a super round where the judges can vote with multiple emojis for even more points. So for your final points, you will be giving an elevator pitch on your research to a general audience. So I hope you're both ready to do that. And we are kicking off with Ariane.
Okay, so my research is focused on conformal prediction. It's a broad term that refers to statistical technique that allows to quantify the uncertainty of the predictions of machine learning algorithm in a way that is both rigorous and flexible. And so how it works is that it converts the predictions of arbitrary machine learning algorithm into sets of predictions which have the guarantee of containing the true outcome that you want to predict with a target confidence level. So if, for instance, you consider a medical diagnosis task, instead of just getting the most likely diagnosis according to your AI model, with the conformal prediction layer on top of that, you get a set of possible diagnoses with the guarantee that in this set of diagnoses, you're going to have the true diagnosis with some target confidence level, which can be any confidence level that you want, so 90% or more. And so my work is on developing methods within conformal prediction that can be leveled for healthcare applications.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I feel like it is a tricky one to explain. So judges, can I have your scores for Ariane's super round? Thank you so much. Okay, and Ioanna, are you ready for your elevator pitch?
Yes, I am. So yeah, I'm working on assessing fairness in clinical risk prediction models. So clinical prediction models can improve clinical decision making but there are growing concerns that these models could perpetuate or even like exacerbate health inequalities. Because they are trained on historical data, biomedical data, so the outcomes observed in the training data reflect some historical treatments, right? And therefore, any bias and unfairness in the current systems is reflected in the predictions. Moreover, existing like biomedical datasets may not be representative of the target population on which these models are deployed. And as a result, predictive performance for underrepresented groups may suffer, leading to poorer decision making. So what I am doing is like I'm exploring statistical and machine learning methods to measure and minimize bias and any potential unfairness in clinical prediction models. And specifically, we are like generating counterfactual scenarios. What could have happened if the patient had a different characteristic, so that we can understand like the causal relationships between, for example, education, smoking, and lung cancer outcome. And this has like a high impact, and would like to ensure that the models perform well across different subgroups of the population, and particularly those that are often diagnosed late or treated late.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So that is the final question for today. So judges, could you give your final score? Perfect. Thank you so much. Before we reveal the final scores, we really appreciated both of you taking part. How did you find the interview? What was the most challenging question, do you think?
I think it was the words.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's found that one quite tricky.
Or maybe, yeah, maybe explaining predictive modeling, the concept of predictive modeling, because that is such a broad term.
Yeah, especially in a lay audience, like you need to find easy words that are explain like hard concepts, so that's a bit challenging.
Definitely. Judges, do you have any final comments? How do you think our team did today?
Yeah, well done, guys. I think this is actually probably the hardest of all of our series to explain. I think that for that reason, I was trying to kind of adjust, you know, the scoring to think about how would my uncle or how would a university student really understand these concepts. For example, the question on explaining uncertainty quantification. Both of you guys gave really good answers that were more focused on accuracy than uncertainty. And so, but I think that they were really good to introduce kind of the lay person to these really complicated concepts and how they're interconnected. And so that, I think as a judge, it was also hard to kind of, you know, put ourselves in kind of non-technical shoes to really digest this, because it is a lot. This is a really big, meaty topic. So yeah, good work.
Thanks.
Definitely. Kuniko, Zeena, was there anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it was how to say great, and I learned how to describe like a fairness or uncertainty. It's my field, so yeah, it was interesting, and I wanted to know about version to elementary school or high school version as well.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
guess this was the most linked one to your
Yeah.
research as well, Kuniko.
Thank you.
Perfect. Zeena, was there anything
I
you
was just gonna add, I thought your answers were great, and it's really nice to like cover sort of topics that aren't just specific to healthcare and are like widely important in data science in the wider world. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so we will now reveal the final scores on the doors. So Ariane, you ended with a total of 51 points, and Ioanna a total of 60 points. So together a team total of 111 points. Remember, you'll use this total to try and outscore the other teams taking part. So really well done, both of you. Will our next team be able to exceed this score? Or will the theme leads win out? We will see. So thank you so much for watching. We hope this gave you an insight into the partnership research, and do join us next time for another edition of Hot Seat. And now, goodbye.